You may be interested in our log kayak racks or just purchased one of our 4 models. These kayak racks are available at logkayakrack.com. This video is an instructional video for a 2-place kayak rack, but it can be used as a guide to assemble any rack.
Okay, today we're going to be putting together a 2-place kayak rack here. So what we're going to do is get started by opening the box up. Okay, now we're going to unpack the materials. These are the feet of the 2-place. And these are the cross rails. Each are labeled. These will be the legs. Then there's uppers and there's lower arms. There's a different number of arms depending on the variation of kayak rack you have. And then these are the lower support posts. Next we'll get our instruction pack. And inside your instruction pack you'll see a set of instructions along with all the supplies. And here's what we have. We have the 4-inch GRK screws and 3-inch GRK screws. Okay. And then your decking screws. And we also got the glue in here for each joint. Now we got to cut the plastic off our parts. Next we're going to be starting on the posts. The posts are the ones with the angle on the end, the bigger logs, and then they have the tenon on the end. So we're going to put it up on our table and we're going to find the holes with the angle. And we're going to put glue in the ones with the angle. So open up our glue and put a bead of glue around it and wipe it with your finger, or else use a rubber glove or a block of wood or something so you don't get it on your fingers. Glue the second one. Same thing, wipe it around. And then we'll do that same process for the second post. And then we'll place the post on the floor in a position where you can lean it on something possibly. And then get your arms out. You're going to be working your lower arms go in the lower hole. You'll tell they're the lower arms because they have one drilled hole on the top. You grab your hammer. You already glued the hole, so you're all set to go. Grab your hammer, slip the post in there, and a lot of times you'll have to tap it to get it down and go in. And lean it on your surface. Same thing with grab the top one. Grab your hammer again, and slip the top one in. Now we got both of them tapped in. Make sure they're lined up. And then we'll be looking for 4-inch GRKs. They're in the bag here. And then you need your tips out of your bag. So in the bag with the 3-inch GRKs are 2 tips. There's a green tip and a black tip. And you'll be using your black tip for the big GRKs. And in this case we're using a ratchet. But you can use a drill, any kind of cordless drill or ratchet or anything you have to put them in. So we'll start with the bottom one. Now we're going to put the deck screws into the arm to hold the arms in. You're looking for your green bit again. I happen to have one in the drill here. You're grabbing 4 screws per section here. We'll put 2 screws from each side on each arm. 2 screws in each arm, 1 on each side. That was that. Got 1 more here to go. Now we have the 2 sides laid out on the floor how they're going to go. You can kind of see the direction of them. And now we got to grab our feet or our bases and get some glue in them. So we'll get them up on a table. The same thing as before. We'll circle our glue around in there and grab our finger or glove or whatever you want to use to get that on there. And then take the longer edge of on the 2-place, take the longer edge of the feet and put it in that direction. Slip them in. A lot of times you'll need a hammer to get them in there. You can tap on them. Get them all the way. Now we'll go get our second foot and put that in as well. we're going to find the rail that has a sticker on the end that says upper rail. And we're going to slip it into the upper hole. Before we do that, of course, we got to glue. We got to glue them holes again. So we'll run our glue around the holes. Okay, next you'll find that upper rail with the marked on the end, and we'll put it on the upper side. And slip it in. Put your 4-inch GRKs in the holes. Okay, now we'll find the lower cross rail. Again, it's marked on the ends. And we'll do the same thing. Slip it in the hole. Remember, we already glued our holes. And we'll center it on the post. And now we'll screw that side in. 4-inch GRKs again. Okay, we're lining this one up. Next we got to screw the posts to the feet or the base. So we want to make sure it's lined up. So we want to tap it so back and forth to make sure it's parallel with the arms. You just want it to look straight. And then we'll screw it. So then we make sure we square it. We square it on the back. Make sure it's somewhat square there. At this point, we'll get it perfectly square later on. And then we'll put our 3-inch GRKs into the base hole. And one from the other side as well. So our next step now is to put the bottom support posts in. So we're gonna have to re-square it, but we'll get it started by putting this in first. Tap this to about line up underneath your hole. You'll see right where the top hole is. So you'll tap it in and you'll just get your square and you'll make sure it's perfectly square on the back of the post. This one came very nice, but we'll go a little bit more to get it perfect. There, she's looking real good. Now we'll find our decking screws. We need 3 decking screws per post. We'll get our 3 decking screw and the screw gun with the green tip. And we will put our 3 screws holding the bottom of the post in place. Okay, we have all the screws in. Everything should be completed. The rack is completed. It's a very sturdy rack. It'll hold the heaviest of kayaks and canoes. I hope you enjoy your rack and have a great time on the water.
For about the cost of a good kayak paddle, you can buy a first-class kayak rack. LogKayakRack.com.